Hey y'all, so what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Style Studio Podcast. And I have my lovely host here, Miss Anna Joy, my West Coast buddy. My tatted melanin queen, aka spirit animal. That's a new one. Yeah.
I like that.
I'm definitely a little bit more turned up. But
All the way up.
I'm trying not to be that way anymore. But so we have food today.
Mai Tai.
Shout out to Mai Tai. Blessing us with the pad thai and the fresh rolls.
Today's episode sponsored by Mai Tai.
I was about to say, wait, you got kebabs. Oh, that chicken looks so good.
It's good.
Anywho, this episode we will be discussing growing healthy hair with protective styles versus natural styles. So protective styles versus natural styles and growing healthy hair. And we're just gonna try to meet in the middle, meet in a happy place, try to make everybody happy and educate you guys. But first, we're going to discuss a little bit about some music. I know that music impacts us, you know, in different ways, and it does get into our psyche. But we wanted to touch on that and just scratch the surface on that, and then we'll get into our hair topic and discussion, because we're gonna drag that out. That's gonna be a little bit longer, but my good co-host here has some things that she wanted to touch on. And it's funny because I was seeing some things on Twitter relating to our topic, so we'll get into that too.
So people are just on it already.
Yeah, I think people are starting to understand that what's going in can come out physically, and come out through the things that they say, and then it can manifest, you know, in their lives, depending on if it's negative or positive lyrics. How you like to listen? What do you listen to when you feel like you need to be calm, or when you feel like you need to like come down and calm your anxiety down,
bring it in,
and you want to, you know, kind of balance out your mind, decompress? What do you listen to? Like, what helps you?
Kehlani helps. Certain songs, certain ones kind of get you more riled up, but certain Kehlani, some Summer Walker. Summer Walker definitely does. Janae Akio.
I like Janae too. I like Summer and Janae.
Bring back to a calm state of mind. So Halsey does too. That's a different one.
Halsey? Is that contemporary R&B?
Yeah, I say it's more contemporary. Kind of pop contemporary.
Oh, okay.
She does more like overcoming kind of type music.
Have you heard of Snow?
No, is that like the artist?
Okay. There's a song by Snow that I like. Snow Allegra. Her name's Snow Allegra. I think it's Allegra. I hope I said it right. If I didn't, somebody can tell me, but
someone will let you know. Let's see. Snow Allegra. Oh, there it is. Ooh, she looks like somebody I would like. She looks like she looks like Alicia Keys there.
She looks like Sade.
I'm gonna have to keep that one saved just to.
I think I sent you her playlist though.
Yeah. Oh, her.
Mm-hmm.
Her definitely.
I like her.
Actually, Black does too.
I like him too.
Yeah.
Like when I need to relax or vibe,
Him.
or when I need to unwind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was trying to figure out.
Oh yeah, the unwind.
But when I need to like really unwind, I listen to Black.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can listen to his lyrics and it'll mentally take me to a place where I'm like uplifted, I'm encouraged,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm not doubting myself. Yeah.
I agree. And I know where you're coming from. So shout out to you, Black. Appreciate your music.
I remember when people would call him Slack.
I keep wanting to call him Six Lack. I'm like, that's not it. That's not John Legend. I'm going to my playlist right now.
John Legend is good.
Party Next Door does too.
I used to listen to Party Next Door when I was in Texas a lot.
Those are the main ones.
SZA's good.
Yep. I agree.
Who else? I'm tripping because I have a whole playlist.
Oh, Amy Winehouse. I really like Amy Winehouse. I only have 2 songs, but those 2 songs help.
She has a beautiful voice.
She's gone too soon. Russ. Have you heard Russ?
Let me see.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if you can do this one. Let's see if I can find a different one from him too.
His name is Russ. Ooh. 2 S's?
Yep.
I like that. Ooh.
Chill the mind out.
I like his little ponytail.
I'll slap some Russ on. Done. It gets me sad sometimes because it makes me think about my ex. And like, not even like I meant some type of way, but like, dang, you really played me type of way. Like, dang, you made me really look stupid.
That's crazy, like how a song can bring you back to a place where you're.
It can bring
like,
back to a dark place.
Yeah.
Or a happy place, but like certain songs, I'm like, dang. Like,
But you think it definitely plays a part if it's lyrics involved.
oh yeah. I think people really underestimate the power of words.
What song was that?
The one that I was just playing?
Yeah, I've heard that. That's him. Okay, I think I had Shazam that.
Yes.
Okay, I like that song.
Yes.
Anyways.
But people really underestimate how words really can evoke emotion.
Heck yes.
Like, I just listen to the instrumentals or, XYZ. But if there's words in it, whether it's on a conscious or subconscious level, it is affecting your psyche.
It is. And then
Undeniable.
I feel like your mind, this is how I always think about my mind. I think about my mind like a garden. And so, of course, with a garden, it's going to go through the different seasons.
Right.
And it's going to go through different times throughout the day where the soil is kind of erupting and being invaded by different types of bugs and mainly bugs. Mainly bugs. It's like it's going through a period where there's bugs that are helping and then there's bugs that are actually like cutting off
Detrimental.
like it's like cutting off the nutrients or taking away things from the soil. So I think about my mind, the mind, like a garden. So what you put in is definitely what you will get out of it. So
yes,
I do take times to, like, I take time to myself to do like personal development. Where I know, like, I have to tell myself, no, you got to listen to something that's going to progress your plans.
Right. Hype you up.
Or
get you into a creative space.
Exactly. Like, do you ever create time for yourself for creative thinking? You have to do that. And I'm not gonna lie, like, okay, there's been times where I was able to do it somewhat with trap music. Somewhat. Like working out. It depends on the goal.
So like working out, I couldn't play Summer Walker. It just wouldn't fit the vibe. You know? So
you're not gonna
certain vibes will be matched.
You're not going to be you're not gonna be hype. You don't
have the right energy. Like it evokes emotion and energy.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's, you know, that's something I know, like, it definitely plays a part in how you know, how I execute the things that I need to do. And I can tell, like, when, like what you were saying before, when you were like, I started listening to like trap music and I was like getting more anxious. Like that's what I thought about when we were thinking about this topic. And I was like, I remember when you posted that, I was like, dang, I was like, what's going on? Because in my mind I'm thinking, no, I said it's a lot of good stuff happening for her right now. And then I was thinking, nah, I know what she means, because it is certain types of beats to certain instruments played together could like raise your blood pressure. So
if I start getting real comfortable with the position I'm in, I can feel myself getting like kind of, I forget what the singer they say, but it's basically a high where you feel like you're on top of the world. And so I start playing trap music because I feel invincible. But like when I used to listen to trap music, which was with my ex, who was just a trapper, it put me in like a real anxious, angry place. And so when I have a lot of trap music going on consciously and purposefully, I know I'm getting back into that like space. And I gotta like consciously remove myself from it, because if I constantly keep playing trap music, I'm gonna get angry, you know, anxious, and like start feeling paranoid. So I have to like tell myself like, trap just is not for you.
Like all the time, or can you listen to it like in pieces? In pieces.
If it pops up on my shuffle and it's just like a banger, like Money Man. If Money Man pops up, he's playing. He's not.
Oh, I'm so glad you like Money Man.
He's not going anywhere. But like, there's some artists, if they pop up, either I'll leave the room or I'll turn the station. I just will not. I will not put up with them.
I'm not gonna lie. And most of my friends are probably gonna be like, what? But yeah, like I used to listen to Future. Oh my god, bruh. When I tell you, I used to listen to Future. That was like my daily ritual. Like I would still listen to gospel, whatever, soft, sensual, whatever. But it was like Future was going to be played at least twice out of the day. Whether that be if I'm in traffic, driving around the city, or if I'm in the house cleaning up. Like, I was gonna be listening to some type of Future. And then I would have Future on if I was at the gym. So then that would make it a third time. So pretty much majority of my day was like Future. Girl, when I tell you that I could remember how my attitude was. Now, mind you, like, I wasn't like nasty, rude, or nothing like that. But I can tell that my attitude was like, you got one time.
Try me one time.
Try me one time. Just, I'm begging you, please, one time. But then I was like, okay, no.
Come back down.
Come back down. we can't be turned up all the time. But I realized, you know, it does put you in a state. Music will put you in a state of mind. To make you feel invincible, to make you feel lifted, to make you feel encouraged. And that's why I think a lot of, I can't even say older people, but I've known some older people who they just love, they will have Jesus music playing. 24/7.
Nothing else.
Nothing else. It'll be gospel, that's it. And then, you know, I can see how calming it is for them. And how how it calms their spirit. And then I was working with a lady who would tell me it keeps her grounded. She said
I
that.
see how that really does.
Yeah, she said she just didn't she always wanted to stay lifted, encouraged, and spiritually ready. She said because the enemy is always ready to
Lurking.
Steal, kill, destroy,
Energy,
attack.
people, yeah.
Yeah, so she was like, I always just want to stay prepared. And that just resonated with me. Like, it always stuck with me. Ever since she said that. And I was working with her like last year. But ever since she said that to me, I was just like, I started becoming more conscious. Like, I started becoming more conscious about what I play, even in my room.
Especially when you're alone.
Yes.
When you play it by yourself, really reflects what you chose.
Exactly. Like, so that brings me to my point. Like, I stopped playing Future. Like, I stopped listening to Future. Like,
Love Future.
I like Future too, but I can only listen to Future like if it's maybe in somebody else's car.
I'll tell them to turn it off. I'll
Like,
get out the car.
Future is like, it's funny because I'll sit up there and say, oh, well, we can't pay attention to what these celebrities be doing and blah, blah, blah.
That was my question. Can you separate the artist from the music?
No! It's okay. Wait.
So I say you cannot.
Future. That's how I feel.
It's hard because I'm gonna be honest with you. When it came to Future and Sierra, oh baby girl, it wasn't no question. You're not gonna do
My baby girl
Sierra like that. You're not gonna do the princess like that. So it was kind of that for me. And then, to be honest, I listened to the lyrics. I started listening to the lyrics, paying attention. Now, mind you, like I tell Austin all day long, I love being in the studio. I love being in the studio. I do love being in the studio.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, blame Elliot, because that's who got me on the studio tip. Rest in peace. But I like to be around the creative process of what actually brings a song to life, because you already know off rip. If the beat don't go hard, the song is trash. Like, it is what it, we don't care about what you're saying until we care about what you're saying.
Right.
So really and truthfully, like, we're gonna hit on, we're gonna hit on the song to listen to the beat. Like, I just listened to some new Money Man. We'll talk about that in a minute, but I'm listening for beats. So eventually I had to start listening to what Future was saying, because I was already internalizing his I was already subconsciously playing his lyrics in my head. And so that's the thing, like, the beat might be there subconsciously, but to be honest, words actually stick to your subconscious a lot quicker, and actually it sticks. Yeah. So versus a beat, you might hear a melody. But 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hear words before you hear the melody. That's in your subconscious. Exactly. So I was hearing his words and listening to what he was saying. I was like, dang, like, I literally feel like I can't even listen to your music unless I'm doing what you're doing. Or, if I just want to be mad at you, like, I'm gonna have to listen to this, but I'm gonna be mad at you at the same time, because what you're saying is, like, really disrespectful. It's really disrespectful. Yeah.
He's disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's how you have that many kids and you don't take care of them. That's why I can't separate the artists from their work. Their work is them.
Because that's what art is. Art is an inward, outward expression.
Right. And he's expressing that he's a total asshole. Like, he's just a shitty person.
And that,
don't care.
And he
really just don't care. He's so unbothered.
That's one of the reasons I like Future.
I can't.
But not because I'm sorry to jump in. But
No, you're.
the reason I like Future is because
he's always invited.
I'm just saying, he don't really give a damn about nothing.
Right.
At least from what
Including his kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
But you have a kid? I don't have a kid that personally.
I mean, I don't have kids, but I'm still taking it a little personal.
I'm like, damn, I got knocked up and the guy just acting like that.
I don't think his life is real. too. So
Well,
He
honestly,
has God syndrome. Him and Kanye got God syndrome.
yeah. And to be honest, with his
Kanye's in a different category.
well, a whole different category.
We can't
A
get
whole.
into
I
that
don't.
one.
Honestly, like I don't really
Whole other
understand
podcast.
Kanye. I don't understand him at all. I get confused because I'm like, is it mental illness or
It's mental illness.
did something like I feel like there was a switch that kind of
PTSD that triggered some kind of
something
syndrome.
got triggered after his mom passed. Like to me, I feel like the competent side of him, like it left. Like
Kardashians didn't help.
I don't even. Let me put some food in my mouth because I don't even like talking about them.
But with Future, it got to the point when I separated from my kid's dad, that when I was like kind of looking at individuals to date, I said, you listen to Future? If they say yes, I stopped talking to them. I was like, well, that reflects you. I don't believe it to that core anymore. But like with Trayvon, I asked him if he listened to Future, and he said no. I said, well, now you have extra bonus points. So I'm not going to have to ask you to change it in the car.
That's the thing. If me and him can't listen to it, 9 times out of 10, it's not really good. Because just like we were talking about how me and Lo, remember Austin, we were talking about that?
What?
When Lo was saying that the females are usually what draws the males into the music. Just like, now mind you, I know a lot about Future and Esco. Before Future would release a song, he would give it to Esco. And Esco would play it in the strip club.
Yeah.
And if the girls were dancing to it, guess what? They had a hit. So, if a female can't really listen to your music like that, 9 times out of 10, she ain't gonna want to be with somebody that is listening to your music, or you ain't gonna be able to listen to it around her because she don't like it. So you really not gonna get that much playtime. So and I know he ain't really struggling for playtime, but that's just one example. Now another example, I gotta get on Megan and I gotta get on Cardi. To be honest, like the whole situation that went down with Megan, like her being shot, that was most definitely not funny.
No.
I didn't see any jokes about that. I didn't see anything like
Laughable.
there was nothing in that entire situation that was funny at all. That really pissed me off. Even though I don't know Megan Thee Stallion, no, I don't listen to her music on a daily basis. But to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, like after her being shot, like I did feel like, okay, I want to uplift her and I want to, support her and, speak good things about her. And I'm not gonna lie, like I started listening more of some tracks, some songs, and I got some favorites now.
That's good.
Because I do feel like she talks about making you feel and be empowered. It isn't just all about, sex and all that, but I feel like she makes music for you to feel comfortable with yourself, no matter how you look, no matter where you're at in life.
I think she's the hood Lizzo.
That I love that. I never even thought about that. Hood Lizzo. I like that. Because Lizzo does have like that. She give me like an opera sound.
Yeah, body positivity.
Yeah, body positivity. But I want her and Adele to do something. But anyway. I like that.
I think her and Megan would be interesting too.
I know. That would be really dope. But yeah, I like Megan Thee Stallion. And then Lizzo too. Like, Lizzo, I mean, I don't listen to anybody's music on a daily basis. I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a few playlists. I make playlists and I listen to songs here and there, snippet. Now, majority of my playlists, they are like male rappers. Not gonna lie, because it's just a lot of people that they got some good producers and they got some good beats. So if I'm wanting to,
turn up
a little second while I'm in the car,
up in there.
yeah. But I'm starting to get more into the female artistry when it comes to rap, because I have been out of
Tune.
I was out of tune for some years because I was still like I was listening to who was I listening to? I mean, I was in what? Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim. I was listening to music like that. I mean, I listened to a little bit of Pink Friday a few times, but I wasn't really on a whole lot of female artists like that. And like when Dreezy came out, I was really into Dreezy. Like I'm still kind of into her because I like how her voice is. There's something catchy about her voice. I like her voice. But I like Dreezy. Dej Loaf was cool.
I used to.
But I wasn't really on anybody.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like
Just kind of cycled through.
Yeah, I just kind of cycled through them. But I always come back to 2 Chainz, Money Man. Partially, I know that has something to do with it being a male-dominated industry. Like, I know that it has partly to do with that. Then, of course, you know, I grew up in Decatur for a little bit. So, most of what I heard was like Outkast and, you know, just males. For a long time, that's what you got. When it came to rap and hip-hop, you got a lot of males just oversaturating. So, you know, even going back to WAP, like, I felt like the song was necessary. Now, mind you, I did feel like Megan ate Cardi B's verse. I think that was not the most disappointing because I felt like they both could have came hard, but I felt like Megan, I felt like that was Megan's song.
Right, not Megan featured.
It didn't seem like Megan was a feature. It felt like it was her song.
Yeah.
So, that was like the only part I was really disappointed. And then, I mean, the video, I like the video. Not gonna lie. I mean, there's a couple of people that I was like, oh, I don't really care for her like that, but
I know.
like whatever. Everybody else is cool, but yeah.
Everyone else but that singular individual. Yeah.
So how do you feel about Cardi B getting divorced?
I think it's sad. I think anybody, I don't care if it's for publicity, I don't care like what it's for, you know, but like that's when they're separating. They have a child together, and like it's not just them getting divorced; it's the kid too. And so, I think it's really sad. I think it's sad how people make jokes about it, how they're taking the WAP song and saying, "I guess it's not enough to keep a man." Said she didn't cook or clean, and maybe that's what happened. I said,
But I'm like, how many men out there don't cook and clean?
Right. I said, I think it was your friend Jasmine that said. Some guy commented say about cooking and cleaning. Said it sounds like you want a maid, and I don't like that.
Right? Yeah. Oh,
I laughed. I laughed.
Jasmine be going in, bro. She like that's a real. I don't even know if she's a feminist, but I guess I can call her a feminist. But she really be going hard when it come to women. Like
you should.
Women videographers, women photographers, like.
She's bad.
She is bad.
Like, good, like she's bad.
But she's one of those people that's like, you not gonna overshadow us. Like, no, we here. You gonna recognize us and you gonna respect us. Like, that's how she made me feel. Like being around her. She was like, no, you know, your ideas are cool. What you want is cool.
Validate.
You know, validate. That's what she's good at doing. So, I mean, but I think, you know, he was probably making a joke, but I'm just like, bro, you already know, like, you can't be making no kind of joke. No. Not in this day and age. I feel like if all you looking for is for somebody to cook and clean,
stay at your mama's house.
Stay at your mama's house.
That's all you need to do. Simple.
I mean, like, what?
Done.
I mean, like, what is it? Is are your hands broke? Like, what?
I think I did tell Trayvon, I said, I'm not your mama. I said, if you want to do that, that's your mama. He leave the washcloth wadded up after he used in the shower, so it was wet and wadded up in the shower. I said, I ain't your mama. I ain't wringing out no washcloth. So I said, you better hang that thing up. I said, very rarely is there any wadded up washcloths anymore. But.
Yes. I'm like, I need you to take responsibility for the things that you're doing. Clean up after yourself. Pick up after yourself.
Let's not have moldy and mildew stuff in the shower.
And I feel that. And then, like, with cooking, that's not just one person.
No.
If I do it better than you, fine.
Right.
But we need to agree on that.
Right. And if I cook, you doing the dishes.
That's not a problem.
No, but some people think it's a problem. Some people really have a problem with it. And they say if you dirtied the dishes, you better clean them too.
I never heard of the 5 C's.
No.
Okay, so women follow these 5 C's, they be happy forever.
I don't like to agree to things until he finishes saying what he's gonna say, because he be getting me caught up.
So a woman should cook, but don't agree or disagree first.
Okay.
Cook, clean, cater, conceive, and console.
Oh, okay.
What y'all think about that?
Okay.
Cook, clean, cater, conceive, and console. Conceive is a given. Well, if it's agreed upon, obviously they're the ones in the conceiving. Conceiving.
Oh.
But it's not mandatory in 2020. I said, not everybody wants to have babies. I said, this world overpopulated anyways. So I said, if people make the conscious decision not to repopulate, power to you.
Anna!
I'm
sorry, guys. Anna's not feeling the population today.
I said, some of us should not contribute to the population. You being the end of a generation is just fine.
I agree with you to a certain extent. I really do. I don't want to be mean, but some people don't. Some lineages don't either.
But I'll be honest, some women you don't want cooking. Now they might not be the woman for you then if that's something that you highly cherish.
Or value.
The cooking. But I think, okay, so take the woman out of it. What are you doing? Are you eating McDonald's every day?
Exactly.
You know how to cook? Can you contribute? Maybe she cooks some bomb food, but you really want some Thai noodles. And you make a good Thai noodle. But you're not going to do it because you're the man or what?
Yes.
Wrong.
I'll just continue missing them Thai noodles until she learns how to cook it.
But my thing is, Anna, okay, I'm going to go back to what you said. What were you doing before her?
Right.
What were you doing before her?
Living with his mother.
But what if he lives by himself?
Yeah. How about that?
What if he lives by
That's
himself?
when you got Popeyes over here,
Man.
McDonald's over there,
But if
Grubhub over here.
But if he was cooking before she came along, I don't think that's something that he would say.
No,
I think the guys
find the therapy in it.
Yeah, I think the guys that are saying that are the ones who
Been catered to.
They're the ones who are used to their mom or grandma or auntie always fixing them a plate of food, and them not actually in the kitchen seasoning up food, cutting it up, cooking it, making sure it's the right temperature. Like, and I mean like for real cooking it.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about walk away. No, I'm talking about you standing over there. You got 5 to 6 pots going. Because that's what I call cooking.
How many people y'all got in the house?
Bro, I'm Jamaican. Like, you already know.
We're meal prepping over here.
Right. Like, it is what it is. Like, I don't think my mom cooks with less than 3 pots.
If I cook, I don't.
You got an electric skillet. That's what I use.
But did you see his face? He was like, I have an electric skillet.
But he's cooking.
Right. He still know how to make food and fend for himself. So that's why I say it's a difference. Like, you gotta think about the people saying that, because every guy is not even saying that.
But you say I was with a narcissist, like pure narcissist, could do no wrong. Got someone else pregnant while I was pregnant, and it was like there was nothing wrong in it. Like that kind of narcissist.
Oh my God.
I cooked, I cleaned, I conceived.
Did he say thugging?
Yes.
I broke my fork.
I'm done. I catered, and what was the last one?
As soon as
He said,
You cook, you clean, you conceive.
I'm done.
and
You
catered. I did all of that, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
So I
Clearly it wasn't enough, because he had to go get him some dessert. You didn't make the
And he
dessert,
got a
Anna.
couple extra desserts.
Anna.
So, but now let's see with Trayvon. I cook sometimes. I clean sometimes. I console sometimes. I cater sometimes. And I conceived. So, but he's happy. And he's not seeking elsewhere. So I said, it's just different, different types for different people.
So
But don't give too much to someone who won't reciprocate it, because
It's all about reciprocation for me.
and they don't even have to reciprocate it in the same way. Like, you don't have to cook and he has to cook, right? But if you
Right.
cook and he does the dishes, I feel like that's reciprocation.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a great compromise.
exactly.
Trayvon's a truck driver, so he's gone most of the week, right? When he comes back, I probably expect too much because I'm like, well, you weren't here the whole week, but he was also working 24/7 because even when he wasn't working, he was on a truck, right? So I can't be like, I cleaned 4 of these days, you cleaned this entire weekend. It can't be like that. So you gotta do the give and take for that.
It's gotta be balanced.
And think about love language too.
Oh, we always talk about that.
I'm a server, so that's natural.
And his love language is touch and affection, and I like hate it.
That's a rare thing like that.
I hate it. And
Wow.
he always wants me like touching on him. I'm just like, and the way I do touch, he hates it. So he's like, that's not what I mean. I said, but that's how I show my affection. I like to slap your ass. And he's like, I don't. He's like,
These new kids.
and he just don't like that. So I'm like, well, you know. And mine's like acts of service, you know.
Yeah.
And when he come home, he's really tired. So it's like, we're learning it, and we still like our vibe is still really good, but it's like I have to be conscious of like, you know what, I haven't been as affectionate as I should be for this man to feel appreciated. He don't care how much I cook and clean. He wants physical touch.
That's why I
Acts of
said
service.
with Cardi B and Offset, that may not have been what it was. It may not have been no walk or cooking and cleaning.
You just didn't know his love language. So I think that's important. I think people think those 5 things that you mentioned are like the tell-all. I said, but if it doesn't touch on the love language,
But
then
what
it's
if
not gonna be enough.
what if she just don't want to be married though?
That's fair. I wish she figured that out before she got married.
But that's not.
Because now it's just legally complicated.
Yeah.
Now you got assets to divide and children, you know.
In my opinion, I feel like, look, you know what you came in with, and you know what I did.
So,
You know how I contributed.
just cut it.
Let's go ahead and cut it. Just cut me the check so I can go on about my business.
We don't need this complicated
We don't need this complication. But see, here's the thing. We can always go back to, well, whose fault was it? We can go back to that. Or we can just chop it up for what it is. Either, right, lick the wounds. Either I don't want it and I'm not willing to go through it. Because some people will just go through it just to come out on the other side to say that they got
through it. Yeah. That was like
Nah.
my ex. He's like, in his family, they work through anything. And the certain things I put him through, I was like, there's certain things you shouldn't have to work through. I said, and you went through them, and you're trying to work through it. I said, you're just hurting yourself because I'm not changing.
Heck no.
And
I ain't doing all that.
He's still trying to fix it. I'm just like,
Bro, I'm straight. I'm straight.
I'm just like,
I'm good. I wish Cardi the best though. I wish Cardi the best. I wish Offset the best. I feel like he gonna be straight forever.
you have endless
But
opportunities.
yeah, exactly. Like I didn't want to say that, but I mean it is what
Endless
it is.
options.
But I mean I also feel the same way about Cardi. I mean anybody. Yeah. Cardi could have anybody. You know, but at the end of the day, I can tell like she's like really gung ho, like happy about being a mom.
Her mom and career.
Yeah.
I don't think wife was a top priority.
See, like?
But I can't speak on it. I don't know. I never had a conversation
But-
about it. But from the outside looking in, it seemed like her being a mother and her being an artist and a businesswoman was first. And
Business
wife
and babies. I'm a huge advocate for business and babies. Like people will hate me because I'll tell you.
I said, what about a 2-parent household? These babies
What about it?
being raised in broken homes? I said,
Exactly. We got some of the best people coming out of broken homes.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm not saying that that's like anything to necessarily like
strive for.
But I mean, I would definitely say like you could come from a 2-parent household
And be screwed up.
and you could come from a single parent household and be humbled. You know, so it's all about the person at the end of the day. It's look, like I said, business and babies. I'm here for it. I'm here for business and babies. Well, yeah. Are you ready to get into this hair?
Oh, yeah. I won't bless y'all with my little growth today, but
Look, we be in here straight comfortable, no flex at all. No flex, no shame.
not.
I like that.
No flex, no shame.
No flex, no shame.
All right, I'm gonna write it down so we can get that on a shirt.
Ooh, no flex, no shame. Austin, you like that?
Yeah, cool.
No, would you wear that?
I wouldn't. That ain't my style. I know what I mean. I'm rude.
Like, bro, with his face, he be saying some of the most. I'm not even gonna go there. But sometimes I be like, I just want I want to have like myself on a shirt. Things I would actually say.
Oh yeah,
Just
I agree.
my own little analogies or I don't know what you call them. What you call them? Slogans, mottos, whatever. Anywho, catchphrases. Yes. Oh my goodness. Like, ooh, get out of my head.
I'll try. Just keep going back.
So guys,
The questions.
so what was your question? I'm interested in knowing your question.
Is a wig considered protective style?
I'm so glad she asked.
Protective or is it
So, here's the thing. Okay, guys, this is the segment about protective styling. Okay, you with us? Okay, great.
Okay.
So, here's the thing about protective styles. Wigs and weaves are considered to be protective styles.
If done right.
If done right.
Yeah.
Exactly. If done right. Wigs, I will not say wigs are bad. I won't say that any styling is bad.
It's the quantity.
It's the quantity
and the quality.
It's the quality. It's the structure. And it is accessibility. And I can say that when you're wearing wigs, first of all, wigs, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and y'all know I don't wear wigs, but this ain't no shade to anybody that does wear wigs. To me, wigs are meant for people who cannot grow hair. I believe, and I know for a fact that wigs are a trend. The lace fronts, they're a trend. They're a trend, but they've been around for ages.
Yeah, forever.
Because plenty of actors and actresses, they've been on the main screen for ages. But when it comes to wigs, it should definitely come off. Like I'll repeat it, your wig should definitely come off
Daily or weekly or monthly?
It should definitely come off daily because your wig is not meant. If you have hair up under your wig is not supposed to just stay planted onto your head because your scalp needs to breathe. Your hair needs air, it needs moisture. So if you have a bunch of product on your scalp that you use
You're sweating.
to braid your hair, plus you're sweating.
Just being human.
Because naturally you're sweating anyway. I don't care what anybody says. You're sweating your scalp. So that's something that's taking place without you even thinking and knowing. So your wig should definitely come off every day.
Yep.
If you have a wig that's sewn down, please don't have it sewn down for a whole 2-3 months. No, that's the wrong answer.
If your wig can lift up, time to take it out.
Well, yeah. I mean, but essentially, when you get weaves, weaves are supposed to be a protective style, a protective measure, so that you can leave your hair alone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but if you braid the braids up under there, and they're tight, and then you sew the braids together, and then you also sew those in, or sew them too tight together, then you sew on the weave onto that. Okay, so that's 5 types of tension. I didn't even mention when you were blow drying the hair. And I didn't even mention the part where you had to comb out the hair. That's the other two levels of tension. And that's 5 levels of tension plus 5 variations of manipulation.
That's friction.
Friction. That's where a lot of the breakage is coming from. That's where people are suffering from the traction alopecia, which that is 9 times out of 10 that's permanent. So if you're already going bald and you see it's getting smooth and it's receding, the hair is not coming back. I mean, it's smooth, it's shiny.
Yeah.
That hair is not coming back. And a lot of times, even when it comes down to getting box braids or crochet, like when you're getting crochet, a lot of people don't know that when you're getting these crochet styles, your braids don't need to be excessively tight. They really don't need to be tight at all. You really just need to get the braids in. Use very, very, very little tension, because that needle needs to be able to go in between that cornrow so that you can attach that hair.
Right.
But if the braid is extremely tight and then you go in and you stick that needle in there, you're literally pulling that hair from the scalp.
Yeah.
So then you're causing breakage from the jump.
It ain't helping anything.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help anything. Another issue is not being able to access your hair. So going back to the weaves and the wigs, like if you have a wig sewn down to your head for a month at a time and your hair is just under there getting dry and it's getting thirsty, that means it's getting brittle. And then also the hair that's shedding, that's naturally shedding, because your hair sheds daily. So the hair that's naturally shedding, that's also taking place. Plus the hair is becoming more dry. So then you have a thing called excessive shedding, which that is a result of lack of hydration. That's a lack of moisture.
Yeah. And that's moisture of the whole hair, not just the scalp.
Right. The scalp is one thing. That's essential. Like, in order to grow healthy hair, period, you need a healthy scalp. But while you have a wig sewn down or tracks sewn in, if you're not able to access your hair and provide hydration to it, provide moisture to it, you're going to end up with breakage. So the length retention is non-existent at that point. You're not going to retain a whole lot of length. It's not going to be a healthy length. No. You see some people, they have these strings and
it's down to here, but
it's down to here, but it's
see-through.
It's see-through. That's what it is. Really and truthfully, that actually has to be cut, because that's really just those are strands that just are breaking.
Falls off as the new comes in.
They're breaking. They're lacking moisture. They're lacking protein. And eventually it's like it's unhealthy. It's not being kept.
No. So
eventually you have to trim that and start all over.
Yeah.
So when it comes to protective styles, you have to pick. In my opinion, I believe you have to pick styles that are going to be suitable for you as the individual, because everybody can't wear the same kind of styles. Like, everybody's scalp is not the same. And when you wear these protective styles and you have artificial hair that you want to add to it, you have to think about those fibers. Those fibers are foreign fibers, so those also play a part in causing breakage to the hair, which it causes friction, and then it causes breakage.
It's like how you wouldn't sleep on a plastic pillow, but you got plastic hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Just rubbing, mating with your real hair.
Yeah. And that was another reason why when it came down to getting the braids, like, a lot of people were like, oh, free dress is good, oh, queen bee is good. Really and truthfully, I mean, at the end of the day, you just have to find a good quality of hair that, it's all Kanukalon. It's not the best, but some hair is of better quality. But still, those foreign fibers rubbing up against your hair, for a certain amount of time, and you're not hydrating your hair, it will break off. If you're wanting it to stay a protective style, then you need to be moisturizing your hair. And the best way to get moisture into the hair is by shampooing it. And you can shampoo your hair with a weave. You can shampoo your hair with braids. Crochet, that's a little tricky. Depending on how you do your knots. Yeah, that might be a little bit tricky. 'Cause you might not be able to get in there as good as you want to.
Right.
But typically people don't really leave crochet. Well, it just depends on you.
Right.
I wouldn't leave crocheting longer than 2 or 3 weeks.
That's the longest I have mine in.
Yeah, because you need to be able to get to your hair, and you need to be able to get to your scalp.
Right.
And another helpful tip would be to take your hair down, like if you have braids and you've had braids in for a while and they're long, but you don't really know where your hair stops in the braid, you kind of just guess and then you just cut.
Right.
That's you could be essentially cutting off your hair.
Done it. I've done it.
So, you just have to be careful about how you take your hair down.
Yeah.
When I take my clients' hair down from a long wear style, what I do is I like to, of course, I take down the braids, but I oil the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
put oil.
slips.
Exactly. So it causes some slippage.
Yeah.
Basically, like I'm moisturizing that hair. Even though I'm gonna shampoo it, I still just kind of get some oil and run it on the hair because I want the cuticle to be softer, and then I'll go and detangle.
Yeah.
And then the oil also helps to lift up some of the debris that was around the base of the braid. So
it helps with the friction. So it just makes it a cleaner process to get the hair out with less damage at that point too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when you do have braids in, I know some people feel like, oh, well, I don't want to shampoo my hair. I don't want to shampoo it because it'll mess it up. Actually, that will actually make the style look better when you shampoo.
Good.
Yeah, when you shampoo the scalp, it makes the scalp cleaner, of course, because when I say you need cleaner hair in order to grow healthy hair. But when you shampoo your hair and you have like box braids, and I'm just going to use box braids because I do a lot of box braids. A lot of people are wearing box braids right now.
Yeah.
I say that you can shampoo. I tell my clients, you can shampoo. Come to me. I shampoo, of course.
It's included.
Definitely. Shampoo your hair, because when we're using products to lay our parts and make sure that hair is nice and slick going up into the braids, that product is going to eventually cause some buildup once it meets with the natural oils from your scalp.
Yeah.
It's gonna have some buildup, and you want to get rid of that buildup, because if you just allow that buildup to build up, then what that essentially does is it causes tangling, it causes matting. So that's when you start to actually comb out the length that you just got.
Yeah, because them hairs did not have to go.
So
They didn't have to go.
So when you have your long wear styles in, you want to shampoo your hair, you want to condition your hair. Let me see that.
So what can men do?
Said you're not giving us no love.
At night, especially since it's longer than normal. What, you getting game right now? Someone said you not giving us game. For men, like for you,
Puffy hair.
it's so cute. It's so cute. They be saying puffy hair. No, but still, the reason, I was gonna say, like, the reason why some guys can maintain their length is because they're not manipulating it as much. They just let it be
Chilling.
They just let it chill.
They don't mess with it.
Yeah, essentially, really what you guys have to do, and honestly, guys shampoo their hair more.
Trey gonna use some Dove soap on his head.
I shampoo my hair once a week.
Exactly. But imagine somebody who had a sew-in for 2 months
And didn't do it.
and didn't do nothing, didn't
how it
oil
smells.
it, nothing.
You probably don't have to imagine. You probably know what it's.
Yeah.
That's from experience.
Yeah. So, okay, for men actually, y'all don't really suffer from these same issues because, one, y'all are not putting a whole lot of tension on your hair. You're not manipulating it by blow drying it, combing it, twisting it. You just let it be. And curls actually thrive better together. That's why you're able to hold on to so much of your length, and that's why your hair is just taken off. So yeah, you're not messing with it. You're not breaking off what's there to potentially be there, that what's there to actually stay. But
a do-rag.
A do-rag helps.
Men can wear bonnets too.
Satin. Preferably satin.
Or just a satin pillowcase.
Your bonnet.
Yes.
Curly Kink Connect has.
Yes, Curly Kink
bonnets.
Connect. We have bonnets on deck for you. Satin bonnets. We have satin edge scarves also.
Satin silk pillowcases.
I don't have pillowcases yet.
No, but like for the men and
yeah,
just in general.
but
have a pillowcase. And
exactly.
sheets.
I mean, if you want to protect your hair from having like the wrong kind of friction, I guess you could say, if you want to make sure that your hair is not breaking off, satin is a good material.
You know my nephew? He's a perfect example of somebody that's doing too much with his hair.
Why you say that?
Because
Is he
he's
dying?
breaking the texture off his hair. Because he washes his hair too much and he put leave-in conditioner in every day.
Every day?
I told him, he cut his hair 14 pounds. He about to cut it out because there's nothing in there. You know what it look like? It look like somebody, what is it when you blow dry your hair too much?
Yeah.
That's what it look like. Because it's nothing, he do too much to it. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, you can't overdo it.
You can't?
You can.
No, you
I mean,
don't.
you got to give your hair some time to receive.
He about to cut his hair off because of that for the third time. Because he be doing too much.
Really?
Yes.
And I mean, also conditioning is really good with heat. I'll just throw that out there. When you condition your hair, it's a good practice for you to apply heat. Heat opens up your hair. Your hair is, sometimes your hair is like this if you have average porosity. If you have high porosity, it's like this. If it's low, then it's like really, really compact. But 9 times out of 10, if you got average porosity, you apply some heat to your conditioner, your hair's gonna open up, it's gonna receive it, it's gonna open up, and it's gonna receive it until you cool it down. That's when the dryer cuts off, or the steam. We'll talk about steam, but when you cut that heat off of it and you let it cool, then the hair is actually able to naturally close on its own. Then you go back and you rinse with the cool water, because a cool substance is actually what closes up the cuticle. So those are just some ways for you to prevent the breakage in your protective styling. So look, I got notes, but it's just like, y'all, come on now. Let's do this thing right. Protective styles are not breaking your hair. It's how your hair is being done. It's who's doing your styling, and it's what you're doing in between while you have the style in. So you do need to keep in mind a few things. Porosity is one of those things to keep in mind. You actually should find out your porosity prior to you getting long wear styles. I call protective styles long wear styles. It just depends on what the style is. But when you're getting your long wear styles, it really would help for you to figure out your porosity. An easy way for you to figure out your porosity is to get 4 sets of strands, and you need to get that from four parts of the hair.
Different areas.
Yeah, so you'll get it from the front hairline, you'll get 1 strand from the temple, you'll get 1 from the crown, and then you'll get 1 from the nape area, which is in the back, the kitchen. The reason why you want to get those strands is because you do have at least a minimum of 4 types of curl patterns on your head. Everybody, I don't care if you have straight hair, she got it. I be in her head, she got it. Everybody has 4 types of curl patterns on their head. So that's different levels of porosity. So you can take those strands, rub from the ends of the strands down to the root. And if you feel excessive roughness, that means there's high porosity. And then if you feel like some moderate roughness, but it's smooth, then of course that's average. Then if you feel like real tight, compact strands, that means it's low porosity. That's the easiest way. You don't have to do the water test. You don't have to do whatever. It's some other tests out there. But you definitely can feel your cuticle, and you will be able to feel if that cuticle is excessively rough, then you know you have high porosity. That means that your hair is going to take in a lot of moisture. It's going to absorb a lot of moisture. So if your hair is able to absorb a lot of moisture, 9 times out of 10, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to keep rehydrating. You got to keep rehydrating. It's about to go off. I was just waiting. I was watching the time. I could actually see. So if you have average porosity, that means that you can go maybe a little bit longer than someone who has high porosity. You won't have to rehydrate as much, but that means that your hair can absorb moisture well. It doesn't leave the hairs as fast. And then if the hair is compact and real closed up, smooth, and like if it's really smooth, that means, of course, you have low porosity. So it's gonna be hard for you to really get any moisture into the hair.
Open it up.
Yeah. Heat. And that's what I'm saying. Like, heat is what actually helps. So know those things before you do your protective styles, and know what type of styles work for you. Like, what type of protective styles do you like?
I like the knotless box braids.
Because you can get to your scalp, you can shampoo.
Yep.
You know, your hair is not compact, it's not all itchy.
Nope. I can.
And then, for you, it's not it doesn't manipulate as much. And you have thick hair.
Yes.
So that's another factor too. You have to consider the size of your braids.
That's the biggest thing.
That's
a big old box braids, but got thin hair.
Yes.
It's too heavy.
It's too heavy. Like, if you're getting braids, say you got really fine hair and you're getting really fat, chunky braids, you have a more higher chance of tension, traction alopecia happening, because that's a lot of tension.
Your hair can't hold that weight.
If it's not able to hold that much weight, if you don't have the density to hold that much weight of that braid, then what happens is it's gonna cause a lot of tension in that concentrated area. So that can actually cause your hair to come out.
Would a good braider tell you not to get them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not to get them, but get a smaller size.
Get a smaller size. Or you can also resort to styles like the tribal braids, the Fulani braids, the cornrows, because those don't, just speaking from a braider perspective, they don't take a whole lot of tension. They don't do it. If done right, it shouldn't be a whole lot of tension. But definitely, protective styles are a good thing. I don't say that protective styles are not good.
When done right.
When they're done properly, they are a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful way to grow your hair. Now, speaking for the people who don't wear a whole lot of protective styles, like myself, y'all know I don't wear a lot of protective styles.
Happening without it.
But you see,
it's growing without them.
Mainly, you want to make sure that you know your porosity. And like I said, you can do your strand test, figuring out your porosity. A lot of times, when you're doing your natural styling, a good gel, a good mousse, a good sealant, a nice oil that you can use on your hair without it being too greasy is gonna be your best bet. Because for natural styles, you tend to get a better turnaround as far as length retention, because you're able to hydrate your hair, you're able to moisturize it and keep it smooth. You're able to make sure that you can get to your scalp if it needs to be oiled up, and you're gonna actually keep that styling for maybe 2, maybe 3 weeks. So you're gonna be shampooing your hair a lot sooner than someone who's wearing protective styles. So the best way, and just overall for everyone, the best way to keep your hair moisturized and hydrated is shampooing. That's why when people used to go to the beauty salons on a regular back in the day, that's why a lot of women would be leaving with their hair swinging, natural hair swinging, just flowing in the wind, thick, healthy, bouncy, vibrant. That's why they would be leaving with such beautiful, voluptuous hair, because they were getting it hydrated. Shampooing your hair actually moisturizes your hair. It actually creates a nice, I don't want to say pump, but it boosts that moisture in your hair. So if you're not shampooing your hair, essentially it is going to get dry, because if you're not shampooing it, then you're not conditioning it.
And you're not cleaning it.
There's
like buildup. So you think you're putting products in your hair, but you're just putting it on.
Oh, I'm so glad so glad she said that. That's exactly what's happening. Because you can't keep piling product on product on product on product. That actually clogs up your pores. Your scalp is made up of pores, yes. Mm-hmm. So you're actually clogging those pores, and you're preventing the natural oil, which is sebum, sebum.
Sebum.
If you're preventing that natural oil from getting to the surface, meaning if you're preventing it from lubricating the new hair, then guess what's going to happen? It's going to pop off right there at the scalp. Yeah. That is how you get breakage. Mm-hmm. Now, we can get into heat and all that all day long, but right now we're talking about protective styles and natural styling. Both can very well be great ways to grow your hair.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But here's the thing. The rate in which your hair grows is not going to speed up only based on what you're putting on your hair.
Right.
The rate of your hair is dependent on your health. It depends on what's going in your body.
Water.
Protein.
Water. Mm-hmm.
You need water. You need protein.
Yep.
Also, stress plays a big factor.
Ooh. Yeah.
So that plays a big role in what happens with your hair. Mm-hmm. Example. I was coloring my hair. Yes, I know. Y'all gonna be like, oh, she coloring her. But now my mom does it because she's also a stylist. So when I was coloring my hair, and I'll tell you this, my horror story. I'll tell you my horror story, but you had a horror story too. But when I was coloring my hair, I noticed all around the perimeter of my hair was growing, getting long. Everything was just thriving. But in this middle section, for some reason, my length was just chopping off. So guess what I learned? I realized and figured out that my hair was being over-processed.
That's what Chris be doing.
It was over-processed in the middle. And guess why? Because I can't see the middle of my hair the way that I can see my clients. The same thing that I'm telling them, I've done it. But physically, I just know it's not, you don't attain the same, you don't get the same perspective when you're looking at your hair in a mirror. It's not the same. A stylist, an educated stylist, you know, they're going to be able to look at your hair and see it's being over-processed when they're doing your service. They'll be able to see, okay, I don't need to start here. I need to start here. We know that. We're trained to know that. We're trained to handle your hair that way and care for your hair that way. We have to know the signs of hair before we get licensed. Period. So before we get licensed, we have to know that. Mm-hmm. So that is why I stress shampooing your hair and making sure that your hair is shampooed prior to you getting your long wear styles. I mean, you're gonna get your head braided up, and it's gonna be braided up for a month, and you haven't shampooed it. You didn't shampoo it right before you got that. So now you have a couple of weeks of buildup plus. Or you have 2 or 3 days of buildup, plus you're now wearing braids, and you're not gonna take those braids out in less than 3 weeks. You're not. So now you have another 3 weeks of buildup. So what do you think is going to happen to your hair if it hasn't been hydrated, and then you're also not hydrating your hair while you have the braids in, because you're not oiling your hair every day. You're not even shampooing your hair. So that is what is going to cause breakage in the end. Mm-hmm. So, you know, not to sound, you know, like, I don't want to sound redundant, but you have to shampoo your hair You have to condition your hair. Hydrating your hair with steam is one of the best things that you can do for your cuticle because it makes the hair more supple and it creates stronger elasticity in the hair. If you don't have any elasticity in the hair, 9 times out of 10 it's going to break. And if it breaks, that means it's highly, highly porous. So 9 times out of 10, like I said, it's not necessarily the braids, and it's not necessarily you having it weaved, but it's the process in which you're getting it done, who's doing it, and what you're doing in between, and how you take it down, meaning what you're doing afterwards.
Yeah. It's a lot.
I'm really hoping I'm dropping some gems on you guys because I know y'all been waiting. And I've been holding back because I be looking at YouTube and I be going through these little videos and I'm just like, you not explaining it the way that I think you should explain it. But I'm going to just let you explain it because you got 4.2 million views, but it's okay.
The one thing I see in my mom, I'm in a mixed babies mom group, and one thing I see a lot of the moms say for babies who have probably in the 4 category, 4A to 4C, even the 3, is like, well, we only shampoo it once a month because we don't want to dry it out because 4 type hair is dry. Can you debunk the myth on 4C hair being dry?
If the hair is already dry and you're not shampooing it, and I just said the best way to hydrate the hair is by shampooing it. Why would you not be shampooing it? You have to shampoo your hair. Water has to be getting let me break it. Water has to be getting to your hair. It has to be getting to the strands, meaning from the roots to the ends. Water has to be getting to those strands. Now, for the 4C hair, if the hair is dry, that means guess what? 9 times out of 10, it's what low porosity we're dealing with or high porosity we're dealing with.
Right.
It depends on what section of the head we're dealing with. But guess what? The whole entire head needs to absorb moisture anyway.
Yep.
And if the baby's hair is getting dry within 2-3 days, then we need to be using a leave-in conditioner to rehydrate it. The hair has to stay hydrated. If the hair is dry and it's brittle, that's what starts the process of damage.
I think a lot of people don't know what dry actually feels like.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of the moms who are of Caucasian descent think it feels silky. And 4C might not necessarily feel silky, but it's still not dry. It's a different texture, but it's still moisturized. But they're saying it's dry. So they just gotta learn that texture does not correlate with like feel. The same way through the different textures. Like a moisturized 2 type hair will feel different than a moisturized 4 type hair. But they are both still moisturized. Exactly.
Because with like 4C, you have a tighter coil. You have a tighter coil, meaning and then the hair is super, super thick. So it's more compact. That cuticle is more compact. That means there's low porosity. That means it's hard for moisture to get into the hair, which means she gonna have to get her hair shampooed more often than the girl that got the 3B. The 3B, the 4A, she gonna have to get more hydration than anybody else.
The hot oil treatments.
Remember what I said. Heat. And let me be clear. Because I know somebody is probably going to ask, well, Jay, what about the blow dry? No.
That's a different kind of heat.
That's a different kind of heat. I'll say we got artificial heat and then we got like artificial or electric versus like body heat. Your body heat is actually really good to condition with too. put the plastic cap on.
Yeah,
Put the plastic cap on. Put a towel on that.
Yeah.
Warmth.
Self-baking.
We'll say warmth.
Yeah.
We'll say warmth, because when you blow dry your hair, that's direct heat going onto your hair. If you flat iron your hair, that's direct heat going. So you do need a sealant. You need a light oil serum.
Yeah. If your hair is being compressed.
Compressed with heat.
Yeah.
Smack dab between two irons or a blow dryer.
Flattens. Yeah.
Yeah. You need a sealant.
It's
because
like manipulated heat.
It is. It's artificial. It's artificial heat. Plus, we're able to cool the hair. I'm trying to tell you. The secret to utilizing the blow dryer heat versus a steam and then your hooded dryer is controlling it. You can control those temperatures. Like on our blow dryer, we have a setting where you can cool that hair. Like when I'm blow drying my clients, I'm blow drying their hair at the second setting, which is like the highest setting on my blow dryer, to smooth out that hair. But that is not until like the last little bit of time. So when you blow dry in steps. So I blow dry. I'm starting off on that low heat just to get just to smooth the hair out, and I'm smoothing out with my hand. So I'm holding the hair, putting just a light tension on the hair, and I'm smoothing out the hair with the blow dryer. Then I raise the heat a little bit on the blow dryer. Then I'm cooling it. So there's it's in steps. You don't want to just go in boom using one type of setting. You don't want to stay on that one setting and just blow dry the hair and add so much heat to the hair where it's crispy and dry as a bone when you're done with it, because you're about to put the flat iron on it.
That's why you can't have your clients come in with their hair blow dried.
No.
I can tell you, I ain't never did that when I try to blow dry my hair. I put it on high and try to get it done as quick as possible.
Exactly. And that's what most people are trying to do. They're trying to get things done in a more quicker way.
Right.
So, it's like I said, these things are not what's bad. It's the process
to get there.
To get to the end result that's
wrong.
It's default in some kind of way.
Yeah.
So, with the hooded dryer and with the steam, of course, that's produced from water. So the steam is a beautiful thing because it's created by water. So that is like the best treatment to do. That's like the best strengthening treatment to do on curly, super curly, or curly hair, period. Now when you use the hooded dryer, I use the hooded dryer to heat my conditioners up, usually if somebody is relaxed. Because if you do the steam, it makes the hair a little, it makes it super, super soft.
Huh.
Yeah, because when it's chemically treated, you're already kind of weakening those bonds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
they're broken.
Exactly.
Straight.
So when you add the steam to it, it makes it more mushy, so it can actually slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one reason why I do my steams on my natural girls who have those compact curls, who have those voluptuous curls. But for my ladies who are relaxed, which I don't have any more ladies that are relaxed.
Relaxed clients?
No, I don't have any relaxed clients. Everybody is natural.
I love it.
So, I hope those tips help. I did talk about the structure, the styles. We talked about tension. We talked about friction. We talked about access. We talked about moisture. I'll touch on structure again real quick because I didn't go in depth on structure.
Yeah.
When it comes to the structure of your style, the reason why people go so crazy over parts is due to the fact that if you have hairs that are out of place in your styling, that is what causes excessive tension.
Yeah.
That is what causes breakage. So having your hair parted properly is a big deal when it comes to your styling. Parting it, parting with your finger, parting with your comb, making sure that the hair here shouldn't be pulled all the way over here and then braided if it's supposed to be an individual style.
Right.
If it's supposed to be an individual style. So just making sure that you have all the hairs going in the right direction and preventing any tangling from happening, any matting from happening, making sure that your hair is not just, making sure it's not just thrown together. I'll say that. Make sure it's clean, not a whole lot of pulling is going on. And when you take your hair down, don't just cut your braids, because you don't know where you're cutting, and essentially you could be cutting off length. And be gentle, love on your hair, sit there with a rat tail comb, take your time, because if you did have braids in your hair and it took you 6.5 hours to get them done, it's not going to take you 5 minutes to take them down. So just be careful about how you take your hair down. What else? Mainly, I would say keeping your hair moisturized, making sure that you're getting good quality hair, making sure that you don't have a whole lot of tension and a whole lot of manipulation. Keeping manipulation low would be best. That would just be the best thing.
Yeah. Don't just take one out and slap another one on.
She said it.
Let your hair breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah. For at least a couple weeks.
Let it breathe. The hair needs air. The hair has to, well, I'll say your scalp. Your scalp has to breathe. If you wear wigs,
and they don't come off.
And they take the wig off. A lot of people are damaging their edges just from wanting to have their edges laid. Yeah. And we get it. I understand. But I ain't gonna trip if my healthy edges want to pop up from time to time. Because guess what?
They're there.
I got edges. But once they're gone, they're gone. So give your hair a break. You don't have to keep gluing down and tacking down, the lace front, the lace wigs. Those things are honestly meant for people. Those are solutions meant for people who cannot grow hair. Yeah. So lace is not meant to lay on top of natural hair for 3 to 4 or 5 weeks at a time. It's not. It's not. It's just not. And I mean, people will want to debate with me about it, but it's really not even up for debate, because we have facts. We can show where people are actually going bald. We can show where people have literally right where the lace is glued around. We can show you where the hair is not growing back.
How's it supposed to grow through glue? Like, it's not. You're just clogging it, and it can't.
Clogging it, and then at the same time, those natural oils are not able to travel to the surface.
No, it's getting caught up in that funk right there.
It's a natural lubricant. You need that in order for your strands to come out healthy. Yeah. You need that. They come off broken and damaged when you're not doing what you need to do from the very beginning, which is making sure your hair is clean, making sure your hair is hit with moisture. Healthy hair is meant to lay smooth. It's meant to it's meant to be shiny. So if you feel like your hair is looking dull, or if you feel like you need a boost of shine, get a hydration treatment. Get a hydration treatment.
Look at what the men are doing. Now, it's not always the same, because hormones play a part in hair growth.
Exactly.
But why is their hair growing and they're not doing so much to it, and we're doing all this craziness just to get a couple inches, and we're not getting anything?
Yeah.
So definitely take a note of what the men are doing, which is minimal. And not even in a bad way, and it's growing.
I mean, one of the things that I can say I know for a fact that is not allowing people to retain length is constantly manipulating the hair. Constantly manipulating dry, brittle hair. Yeah. If you ever notice when somebody gets their hair braided and they get the little fuzzy hair sticking out, like if it's like excessive and it's dry.
Yeah, that was mine when I got box braids.
Yeah, it's typically dry. You want to make sure that the hair is smooth.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want it to be just sticking out and it's just all frizzy. I mean, that's
what it is.
That's hair that's actually on its way to breaking out.
Right, because it's just not laying. So is it better to get a haircut before you get braids?
Yeah, for sure. And I actually will do that. Like when I have my clients come in and I blow dry their hair, typically what I do is I'll do a hydration treatment or I'll do a hooded dryer treatment where I have the conditioner on there because I like to do my protein treatments under the dryer.
Yeah.
I'll trim their hair after it's done being blow dried because once their hair stretches out, and it's surprising what you see after you're done blow drying the hair. You could actually see where the hair is dry and breaking off.
Damaged.
Yeah, you can see where it's damaged. And honestly, like the blow dryer can add to it, but that's not the main cause of it. That's not the main cause of it.
Yeah.
You know, over processing the hair and then going to get braids, but not rehydrating the hair or not getting a protein balance treatment. Those are all ways that the hair breaks off. And I mean, it sounds simple, but it's so simple that it's not being done. So
too simple for people.
I've had people hit me up and they're like, give me something to make my hair grow. Really and truthfully, that ain't how it works. That's not really how it works because nobody can really speed up their hair growth.
No.
Your hair grows every day.
Yeah.
Your hair grows every day. Yeah. Now, what happens is it can break off once it
at a different rate.
Right, it'll break off at a different rate and once it hits the surface, depending on how you care for it.
Yeah.
So, just some examples of some foreign things because I did not touch on that. You have threads, you have wefts, you have extension hair. So those are some of the foreign fibers that actually contribute to breakage and drying out the hair.
Yeah.
So getting a net done or placed on your braids when you're actually getting a unit like an install, that's a good thing because you can always sew the hair onto that. Yeah. So that's less tension. So as long as the hair isn't braided too tight, that's good too. But a net helps to alleviate tension, and I know a lot of people are going to that technique and making sure that they have like a net applied because it also allows your clients to get into their hair and be able to access the scalp, the strands. And one more thing I had to think of, I was thinking about. Oh, someone had inboxed me and she was like, my hair is just always so dry. My first question is, how often are you shampooing? And they'll tell me, oh, I shampoo like once a month. And I'll tell them, that's why. That's why.
Oh, yeah. That's
why it's breaking off. Like, that's why it's always dry. That's why it's always breaking off. That's why it feels crispy. Try shampooing your hair on a weekly basis, especially if your hair is out. Try shampooing your hair on a weekly basis. Do that for 3 to 4 months. I know that sounds like a long time, but trust me, you can get some length retention in 3 to 4 months.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
You see my hair. How often should I shampoo?
Me personally, I think you should shampoo your hair once a week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because you already have it out. You're not in particular styles like that. And with us doing color on your hair, she got me. She know I refresh it. It ain't no thing. Even if you're color treated, yes.
Shampoo.
And that's one of the things that I tell people when it comes to getting your hair colored. Now this goes into natural styling too, but if you have color treated hair and you're natural and you're scared that the color is going to come out and so you're not shampooing your hair, that's the wrong answer.
That's not how you do
that process hair needs to be hydrated. So you should be shampooing your hair on a regular, at least how many weeks in a month? 4? You should at least be shampooing 3 times.
Boom.
I mean, I'm being honest because this is like the number one question. This is like the number one issue, and this doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are This is men, this is women, this is all shades. So this doesn't just apply to black women or what. No, it's everybody. Everybody that I've come in contact with has had the same issue. Kids, older people, middle-aged people, men, women.
Everybody.
You have to hydrate your hair. It has to stay clean, and you have to make sure that you're not manipulating it too much. And too much meaning excessive tension, excessive pulling, twisting, all that. Rubber bands.
Oh, the rubber bands.
Yeah. So, what else? I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all that I have. I mean, I pretty much wrapped that up. That was good. Yeah, minimize tension, not doing your weaves too tight, removing that buildup. Yeah. Wow, I cannot believe it. I have these beautiful notes, and I literally just
went right through.
went right through them.
Off the dome.
Off the dome. Look, well, you know. I mean, 15 years in the game, I should definitely know. I just wrote the notes just to stay on track, but sheesh, I done ran through 3 pages of notes. But hey, as I always say, if you guys have questions, oh, you didn't tell us your story.
Oh,
I didn't tell my story either. Tell me. What happened?
This
Do I already know?
No.
Okay.
It was my first protective. I didn't even see it as a protective style. So
Okay.
it was a style as I wanted,
Uh-huh.
and which I learned that it was crochet style. But the gal didn't do it. I put the hair in, which was the first mistake.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah, so I told her I just want cornrows. Well, she gave me tight cornrows, which is the first issue. Well, now I went to crochet the hair in on freshly done cornrows, which were tight. So it was to the point where I was like cussing and like trying to get these things in because it was tight, and I don't know what I'm doing. I was 19, just wanted some long water wave crochet hair, and so I was just pulling, manipulating everything. And when I took it out 3-4 weeks later, no shampoo and nothing. Like, it was just, I just had them in. I said I had less hair coming out of my protective style than I had going in.
Ooh.
And I had red dots
all over your scalp.
all over.
Those are called scalp abrasions.
all over.
So you had welts. Oh.
Because I was just pulling, and you can hear the little like popping of your hair. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, it's not a big deal. I had a lot less hair coming out of that hairstyle than I had going in. I don't blame the braider because she didn't know I was doing crochet, but they were tight. But you know, cornrows the first day, you don't want them lifting off your head. So they
crochet,
yeah, from crochet, But like, I just told her I wanted cornrows, and so you know, if it was just the cornrows, they weren't hurting.
Yeah.
But as soon as I shoved a crochet needle underneath them, my head was hot.
Right.
My head was upset.
Yeah.
So
now that's one of the things that, I mean, that goes back to the consultation. Like,
what do you want these for?
you have to consult with your clients. I mean, I'm talking to stylists. Like, you have to consult with your clients. And I'm talking to the ones who don't do it. I'm not talking to the ones who do it, because y'all are probably like, well, we do that already. I understand. But we still got people out here that's not doing it, and it's because they're not being mentored and coached and reminded. Like, just friendly reminder, you know, talk to people who you're about to get all personal with, because really and truly, when you enter a relationship with a stylist,
They're on your head.
that's a whole ministry you got going on there, because people tell you all kind of stuff once you get on top of their head, and you got to be right. So you got to know what you're doing, because you're the hair doctor. You're the one that's actually you're actually the one that's actually bringing their fantasy to reality, or not, because sometimes you gotta say no. But you should definitely consult and find out what they're getting, why they're getting it, Is it for maintenance? Whatever the case is, like, you know, what can they manage? Like, it's okay to ask those questions, because if somebody's paying you $150 and they come at you and they don't have no hair, that's a problem. It's a problem. I mean, unless they paid you for the, you know, to make them bald, but 9 times out of 10, no.
They didn't do that, yeah. The 3 other people I've ever braided my hair, 1 in California, 2 out here, had me blow dry it myself and just let me come up in there and just braided it. That's it.
Damn.
Yeah, that's it. I came in with my hair, they just braided it. No consultation, nothing.
Oh, wow.
I just walked in and they walked out.
Didn't you get your mint braids when we did your mint braids? Wasn't that for a photo shoot?
Yeah, I did a photo shoot with them.
I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. And I thought that's what it was. Like, that's what it was when they tell you to blow dry your hair. And I was like, well, shoot, I haven't learned how to do that because I never did that before.
Yeah.
And so I blow dried it. And then, yeah, I just walked into their area and they just braided it, and that was that.
I just think, I mean, in my opinion, I just think that from what I've experienced over the years,
15.
It's just best for me to shampoo your hair.
Yeah.
Or like if I have an assistant, then I know that the assistant does know what to look for. But I just know that it's good for you to have that done with us. Because y'all, people don't know, like, they be having scabs.
Scabs, lice.
Be bleeding. I'm like, and we shampoo with our hands. Yes, some people wear gloves, some people don't.
Yeah.
But that stuff get up under your nails, oh, it's over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over with. It's over.
I said, I'm sure people are coming with not clean scalps getting their hair braided.
Yeah.
Sure, they blow dried it, but did they really wash their hair?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Not the way they should.
No. Mm-mm. And then another thing I wanted to add, like, when you get your protective styles, with your long wear styles, go back to the person who did it. I mean, if you trust the person that braided it or put the extensions in, go back to them for them to take it down. Because that is where the real care comes in. The real care comes in before and after. Now, mind you, some people just don't do anything in between. I understand that. Fine. But if you're coming back to me for me to take down your hair, you're going to get the full treatment. You're going to get the whole treatment. And sometimes you might have to get a treatment before you get shampooed. That's something else you don't know about. All I'm saying is, be smart about who you're going to get these styles. Do your research.
Cheap don't mean better.
Cheap don't mean better.
Might mean you come back later.
You know, and you might just, I mean, you might like what they do, but, you know, do your research, ask questions. No need to be rude, no need to be nasty. But definitely make sure that the styles you're getting and the styles you're wearing, make sure they're suitable for your hair type. You know, if you know you got fine hair, don't get no chunky braids. You know you got hair that's thinning out, don't get no heavy braids. You know, density plays a role, porosity plays a role, moisture retention, which equals porosity plays a role. Like, it all comes back to the same things. Like, you need what you need in order to retain what you want to retain. Oh, my story. Yeah, I almost forgot. Okay, story time. So, back when I was I in beauty school? No, I wasn't in beauty school. Actually, this was right after beauty school. I got a keratin treatment in beauty school, and it was like in February, and then I decided that I wanted to relax my hair. I got the keratin treatment first. It was like February time frame, right before I graduated. That's when I was natural from like 2011 and 2015. Right. And I had big hair. Like I was head full. Back when YouTube was not even popping, I was like, hair was just out to here. Big. So I was like, I want to do a keratin treatment because they was talking about keratin treatments.
Right. Yeah. It was a big deal for a long time.
It was.
It was like a hot thing in the salons.
Girl, I was irritated. My hair was just limp. It didn't do anything. It to me, I felt like it sucked the life out of it. Okay, so this is basically the story on how I got to the level of which I am at now. Like, why I'm so comfortable with having my hair like this. So I did the keratin in February, and then when was it? I think it was June. Was it June? Yeah, it was like May.
4 or 5 months later.
It was like I knew it would have been past 12 weeks because somebody was. And see, here's the thing. I asked. Back then, I asked multiple stylists. Nobody could tell me.
Can you do this?
Can you do a relaxer on keratin, on hair that's been treated with keratin? The answer is no. The answer, flat out, no. You can't. So I tried. I did it. Me and my friend Monica
confirmed that you can't.
Girl, she put that relaxer on my hair. Woo!
Was it instant?
Girl, it wasn't even instant.
Okay.
Like she just put it on there. Everything was cool.
Right.
And then I go, rinse my hair out. Girl, by the time I finished rinsing my hair out,
it was quick.
I was pulling my hair out the garbage disposal. All of this was gone. All of it. And I mean, I had like a little strings basically going on up here. Girl, I had learned how to do a quick weave. Actually, I had been doing quick weaves, but that's when I learned how to make a quick weave into a wig. Girl, when I say my hair was gone, my hair was gone within 12 minutes. Now, mind you, I have been natural since 2010 to 2015. Imagine all of that voluptuous growth
just off
down the drain
without preparing for it.
Without even being mentally prepared for it. So, honestly, that's when I started realizing hair is hair.
Right.
And I most definitely look good with a bald head.
Right.
Because I was definitely like
bald.
I mean, and I was like, and I wasn't even bald shiny. It was like patches. I had hair.
Because it's kind of
it was just coming out. So I had to actually just cut it low, and I had to cut it low.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
It was a little boozy fade.
Girl. Like I was looking like Lil Boosie at one point, but it was gone. Like the hair was gone. So this is exactly how my hair came out.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I've grown my hair out numerous times since then, but I realized that one, you can't do keratin and relaxer on the same head. Tried that, been there, done that. It's a no.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't ever do that. And honestly, doing color on keratin treated hair that's a huge risk. Because you have no idea what keratin treatment that person did.
Yeah.
And if they didn't come to you, it's a mess. Like, it's a mess.
Just don't do it.
Certain chemical mixtures and formulations are just not meant to be done on the same head.
I don't know what my pink hair did because I had a keratin treatment.
Oh. And then you had got the color. Yeah. But see, you had got multiple processes of that. Yep. That's,
You should never ask me if I had anything done with my hair.
So your hair honestly was fried. Once you had got that last little silk press, your hair was already compromised. I'll say that. It was already compromised.
I had that keratin.
Yeah, so you had a keratin, you had color, then you got heat treatments.
On top of color.
On top of all of that.
She never asked if I got anything put in my hair.
Yeah. See, that's... Yeah. I don't know, because when I started doing your color, like... You was coming with a bald head. So I knew you didn't do nothing to it.
You had fresh growth.
It was fresh. It was fresh like Jay, like baby hair. So we know you didn't do nothing. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
That's why consultations are important, because I never had a consultation with that stylist who put all that bleach.
Yeah,
in my hair. I never had a true consultation because she assumed she knew what my hair had been through.
Can't assume.
No, because I forgot I had that done. Because someone on the little page was like, I need a model for this. It's free. It's like $10. And it was beautiful. And she did that very well. But I forgot I had done it. And then someone slapped bleach in one day. Got my hair from black to platinum in one setting.
Ooh. And it's possible.
And put pink on it. You know, like put all of it on there.
Yeah.
But I had a keratin treatment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long before that. I got that in June.
And then you had, because your hair was pink when I met you, so that was January.
Oh, yeah.
Was it January?
Yeah.
No,
we did that before then. Yeah, we did that in
was it November?
October-ish.
Oh, because you were already pink.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, I met you. I think did we meet in November?
Around then.
Around November.
I think you walked in around November, but like we met in January when I had got that bigger cut.
Okay.
But I had got that June, July time frame, and then slap color on it 4 months later.
Yeah.
It was full head of color.
Your hair I don't think your hair was ready.
It was not ready.
I don't think your hair was ready.
Because it was shot.
Yeah.
You could tell that it was, I could tell when I touched it that it felt not my hair.
Yeah, it felt like hay, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not my hair.
The hair is already made up of keratin, so it's already made up of protein.
Yeah.
So once you start slapping on extra protein and no moisture, and then you slap a chemical on there, oh, you just got high porosity. That's extreme. That's extremely porous hair.
We was asking for trouble.
It was literally asking for you to light a match close to your. That's basically essentially what you're doing. You might as well just walk past open flame. That's what happens. Like that's literally what happens. The hair just dries up and it burns to a crisp. So you have to just start all over.
Which I did.
Yeah.
About to do again.
She ain't got a reason to cut her hair now. She just wanna she wanna be like your girl.
I just wanna be
but
bald
no,
and beautiful.
Some of us we just embrace the baldness. Bald is beautiful. I don't care what nobody say. Mama, girl, another story. Low key, my mom does not want me being bald. She cannot like.
Accept the fact.
Girl, she's like, so you cut your hair again? I'm like, don't you see it gone?
You see my scalp.
She's like, I thought you were gonna let some of it grow out a little bit. I said, no, that's not what we discussed.
No,
like that.
No, you see these roots? It's growing.
Like it's growing on the top. It doesn't need to grow on the sides. Like
I have hair.
Like she's seriously like, and my hair is like down in here, so she's thinking that all of my hair should be like that. But I grew up with long hair. I grew up with my hair. No. Yeah. Hell no. I don't want all that hair. Like I love getting up and I just get up and go. Like I don't have to do anything extra. And to be honest with you, the thing is, this works for someone like me who is doing their own hair.
Yeah.
I'm not doing my own color, but I am doing my own hair. And I have to shampoo. And even shampooing this section of my hair is still... It does. Yeah. It takes a lot of energy. Like, I have a lot of hair. Like, it's compacted very well. Like, the ponytails, the little wax, the gels, all that stuff, it styles it beautifully. But when my hair is out, it's a bush. Yeah. So it's a lot of hair to deal with. So I'm just in a place now where I'm just like, I'm just embracing the scalp and the fact that I have hair. Yes, ma'am. I love it. It's the best of both worlds.
Scalp and hair. Where do they do that at?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Honestly, I really can't wait to like get with a female barber so she can like really slice and dice and throw some designs.
Up in there.
That's what I want to go to.
I'm gonna go see her on Friday.
Okay. I'm jealous. Actually, no. Depending on what time you go, I'm probably gonna end up going. But anywho,
I'll be downtown.
Oh wait, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, but the person's not there.
Okay.
It's just her. Not just her, but she's there.
Okay, cool.
11 o'clock.
Oh, you're going in the morning. Oh, I'm there.
Yeah.
I don't have
to go to like whiskey bar or something after.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our episode. You got anything else?
Wash your scalps. Like wash. We can smell it.
She said, "Wash your scalps. Wash your scalps, people."
I said there are plenty of men that can attest to experiences they've had of foul
smelling hair.
Pillows left tainted.
Yeah.
Tragedy. Tragedy that doesn't have to happen. Wash your hair. Take them wigs off. Let them edges breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And realize that music affects your soul.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. This is why you gotta have a bomb host. A bomb host. Period. I love that. So, yes, guys, if you have any more questions pertaining to healthy hair, I'm your girl, licensed master cosmetologist.
Licensed. Master.
Emphasis on the license. I'm keeping it up. I'm keeping it up for y'all. I'm keeping it up.
We're gonna put it out there.
License. I'm staying in tune. Right. You got it. So I'm here. If you have any questions, if you want to have a consultation, pretty much nothing I do is free.
As it should not.
I'm just at that point in my life. But
15 years, yeah.
I'm definitely here for you. I'm definitely here for you. You can trust me. I will take care of you. If you have any questions pertaining to hair care, also go ahead, click that Curly Kink Connect because it is going to be in the description box below.
Like that page.
Definitely like that page. Subscribe. Share this podcast, of course, most definitely, because I don't want you just keeping it all to yourself. And we need to share our beautiful faces and knowledge with others. So, yes, most definitely. So, thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of Style Studio Podcast. We love doing this. I love doing this. I freaking love my co-host from the West.
The West
I want to do this. This is what I be wanting to do. I love this. I love the collab. Yes, again, subscribe, share, like, comment, give me feedback. Check out Curly Kink Connect. Follow us on social media. Tatty Cali Girl. I'm J.Valencia signing out. Peace.